It's time to dad.
Hey guys, welcome back to Time to Dad. I missed the past couple episodes. I had some weird stomach bug for one of them, and then just had some life stuff going on for the second one. But anyway, I'm back. I'm here with Josh. We're coming up on Thanksgiving, so a lot of the guys got family stuff planned. But we didn't want to miss a Thanksgiving episode, so Josh and I popped on just to chat with you guys about the holiday and get a holiday episode released. So, Josh, you got anything extra special this year? You're thankful or anything unique?
Yeah, man, it's just been, I think as everyone can agree, it's been a roller coaster year, with the economy and all. But I'm just glad I've got a solid family behind me, got a great wife, got 3 healthy kids. They're hellraisers, but they're healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just that, man. And for the holidays, for Thanksgiving, we're actually leaving. So we're going to my side of the family's on Thursday. We're gonna do Thanksgiving lunch, and then we're leaving that afternoon and driving all the way to Florida overnight.
Nice.
And we're gonna stay a couple days at Disney. We're going to do Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which is unique for us because that's where my wife and I got engaged, and we have not been back to the Christmas party since we got engaged.
Nice.
So we're going to do that with the kids, and then the very next day we hop on a cruise for 5 days.
Sweet, man. That's a lot.
So we're looking forward to it. It is a lot. My wife does not know how to do anything low key. It is full throttle or nothing.
Nice. Yeah. Well,
How about you,
this
man?
Thanksgiving's going to be kind of interesting. We were supposed to be hosting my mom and my sister's family, and then our daughter and her boyfriend were going to come down from Roanoke. But it turns out my brother-in-law brought a case of the Rona back from a work trip he had out to Vegas. So he's got it. My mom got it from him. So we just all kind of agreed we're just going to keep our distance kind of thing. They're close to being out of the quarantine period, but they want to play it safe or whatever, which is cool. I don't really care either way. I suggested we kind of do a late Thanksgiving on Saturday, but that's only my mom's. That'll be the start of the 5th day she's supposed to quarantine. So, but anyway, I got this 22-pound bird now, and I only got to feed 5 of us. So, I mean, we'll have a lot of. I'm a sucker for turkey leftovers and all that crap. So that's the upside of it. But it sucks that we won't be able to do the big family get together this year.
Oh, and there's so much that you can do with turkey as leftovers, man. You can make like turkey pot pie. You can.
Ooh, that's good.
Me. Well, it's because I smoke my birds mostly, which this is gonna be the first year I've done a bird in a long time. But what I'll do is, because I smoke them, is I'll take those the legs that no one will eat. I'll throw those into a crock pot with some beans,
That's
man.
what I do. I do that. I do like a chicken noodle soup, but with turkey, and I throw all the dark meat in there because nobody seems to ever want that.
So, do you ever do like the leftover casserole?
Yeah, I've done. It's funny you said pot pie because I haven't done a pot pie, but I've done it's basically like a pot pie casserole with like turkey, carrots, peas, potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Throw all that into it, and then I guess it is a pot pie because we take the like Pillsbury crescent rolls, and you just roll it out in a flat sheet on top, and that's kind of like the crust of the casserole.
Yeah, it's pretty much like crust. Yeah.
That's the poor man's easy crust.
So now here's the big debate. Do you stuff your bird? Like, do you do actual stuffing, or do you do dressing and just cook it off to the side?
I cook it off to the side. I don't know why I don't.
So
I'm not all about pulling shit out of a turkey's ass and then putting it in my mouth. I basted it the whole time. It's roasting with the juices, but for some reason, just all those veggies and shit just sitting in like cooked turkey juice. I don't know, weirds me out. So yeah, we prepare all that crap separate. I do, however, I don't remember who it was. Somebody from the Food Network. When I'm prepping it, you kind of run your hand up under the skin and get it separated.
Mm-hmm.
And I put
Yep.
some garlic and herb butter up under the skin in various places.
Oh yeah.
So as it cooks, that kind of helps baste it, and it comes out like fall off the bone good.
Yeah, that really helps. Like, so like we do half and half. So like we stuff our bird with as much as we can, but then whatever's not stuffed, we cook it in a pan like off
Yeah.
to the side. But it's just like that. I smoke my birds.
Well, you
So,
smoke
like,
it with
it comes out with a
the
totally
stuffing in there too? Nice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right.
So like, but it's a whole process, and like it takes like 24 hours to like prep the bird. man.
Our neighbor before these new neighbors moved in, he smoked a bird like every freaking year. And he'd be out there, he'd buy like a little teeny bird. I don't know if he was experimenting with recipes or what, but he'd do like a teeny bird like in the smoker a couple days before. I think just making sure he's got everything set up right, and then he'd do the real deal like the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's two different ways that you can cook it whole, or you can spatchcock it. So I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if
I've
you've
seen that where you like
or-
split it open and flatten it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can go a step further and take that breastbone out. You can pop that breastbone out, so that way whenever you slice the breast, you don't have to worry about
Oh, hitting
anything.
all that.
Like
Yeah.
you just slice right through.
I hate
Oh, yeah.
carving a turkey for that
So-
friggin' reason, man. The bones on the side there
Oh,
when you hit them.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I'm telling you, man. Like once I learned how to carve a turkey, especially after smoking it, it's just like so
Yeah.
easy, man. Like just comes apart. And so especially whenever. So do you brine yours?
I do not. No, I throw
Yeah,
it
brining
raw
makes a
with the
world.
just the butter in there.
Oh no, man! Like so I remember one year I made a spicy bird. So like my mother-in-law would make the plain bird, and then I would make the spicy bird.
Spicy.
So I brined it for an hour a pound, which this was like a 25-pound bird,
Mhm.
and then I melted down some Creole jalapeno butter and a jar of Mesquite jalapeno jelly. I melted that down, injected the bird with it, put red pepper butter under the breast. Like I pulled the skin apart and I put that underneath the breast, and then I did a half and half of Meat Church Honey Hog Hot and Meat Church Voodoo.
Dude, is their stuff legit?
And-
I follow the meat
Yeah, I
church
love
stuff on Facebook.
So he's actually from Texas. He's not too far
Okay.
away from where I live. Yeah, and I watch him all the time. I've known of him since before he was.
There's
big.
another dude, I can't think of his
So-
name. It's a Spanish guy. I think he's pretty big in Texas.
Oh,
But he cooks some
I don't know
wild
what's his
shit.
name. Oh, there's
I think it starts with an A.
there's a bunch of those. Oh, crap! What's his name? I know who you talking about, but I can't think of his last name now. I think. Well, I know there's Zavalis.
That's
There's
not
them, and then there's. Oh. Angelo's.
No.
He's Angelo's.
I'll
Okay.
have to look it up.
Well,
but
there's a bunch
he's a
of them out
solo
here.
dude, but he does a lot of smoking and like meats and briskets, but most of what he does is like Mexican, Tex-Mex inspired type smoking.
Oh yeah. So there is one here that's really big. Like this guy literally started it out of his garage like 5 years ago, and now he has a restaurant in the ballpark at Ranger Stadium.
Nice.
And his name is Brandon Hurtado.
Okay.
He actually got started in my barbecue group on Facebook, and he just exploded,
Nice.
man. Like his stuff is so damn
like meat
good.
smoking and all that shit right now is super big, popular.
Oh yeah. Well, it's crazy because like smoking came about because of it was made to tenderize the crappy cuts of beef that no
Yeah.
one wanted. You know, back in the day, you can get a brisket for 25 cents a pound because no one wanted it. It's a
Crazy.
crappy cut of
Yeah.
meat. It's raw. It's tough. And now because it's so popular, made popular, I think mostly by Aaron Franklin, if you know who
Yeah.
he is. He kind of brought that back around. It became trendy and it's cool, and then it exploded and they had barbecue shows, and now it's just driven the price right through
Yeah.
the roof, man.
Brisket,
just-
like even uncooked around here is stupid expensive.
Oh,
We would
Yeah,
We have a transplant guy at work that I think he lived just outside of Houston, but he was telling us about all the barbecue joints and how people go and pretty much tailgate waiting in line to get their order. I was like, dude, that's freaking intense.
Down at Franklin's in Austin, the line starts like 6 a.m. And it's just like a big party, dude. Like everyone's sitting out there, they're drinking at 6 a.m. And by the time
I like some smoked meats, but I can't do. I don't see myself sitting in line at 6 a.m. waiting on it.
I've heard his brisket is amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't had it, but
are these like local people camped out, or is it like tourism?
No, they come from all over the state.
That's crazy.
They come from everywhere. Yeah. Now there is. I can tell you right now, my house where I'm at right now, I can count 5 barbecue joints, decent barbecue joints within drive distance, like within 5 minutes of my house.
We've got a few. We've got a lot of chains. We do have a handful of local places though, that are pretty good. But so we talked about smoking. Obviously the traditional just roasting that sucker.
Yep.
I've never deep fried one. I don't have any interest in doing that. That's just too much unhealthy for me.
So I got a buddy of mine who will smoke his until it's done, and then to crisp up the skin, he'll
drop
deep fry
that sucker in there, man.
And it is
that's a lot of work.
Good. It is a lot of work, but it's delicious. Now, I remember one year we went camping for Thanksgiving, and we cooked one on a spit roast over an open flame,
like and that Arby's rotisserie.
Yeah, so we had it on a open flame. I think it was pineapple habanero is how we did it.
Do you guys do those pig roasts out there where they bury the pig on like coals and let that sucker cook for God knows how long?
Yep. So I've done that a few times. I've done it on a spigot. I've done it on I forget what it's called now, but essentially you're laying them on a big grate and leaning it over the fire, and you're rotating it.
Oh, like a lean-to type thing. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So it's like a whole hog. That's pretty cool too. But yeah, I've done all that, man. Like we've even built one. I remember one time we built a little grill / smoker out of the cinder blocks. I don't know if you've seen that, where they build them up with the cinder. And
then they just lay the like grates on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like old
pretty
school,
good
man.
Too, man. Oh man, those are some of the best ways. Yeah. That's some of the best.
You gotta keep it simple, man. You don't need a $18,000 big green egg to get your food cooked.
Dude, I cook some of my best barbecue. I got a 22-inch Weber kettle, the old school ones.
Like charcoal?
Yeah. I'll line the charcoal up around the edge. That's called the snake method. I'll light it off, and if you titrate the vents just right, it'll hold the temp around 250 for about 8 to 12 hours. It'll cook.
I've been looking at the because I really want a smoker as like my next outdoor thing. I finally got the Blackstone, but I've been looking at getting a they make a gas pellet combo now, so you can basically use that sucker like a normal propane grill, but then you can also pellet feed it if you want to smoke.
Yeah, so I used to have a stick burner. It was a vertical stick burner, and I used it so much. I think it was probably 12 years old. The bottom just rusted out of it, and they didn't make parts for it anymore. I couldn't get anyone to fix it. So we had just had our first. We just had our second, and we talked like, you know what? Let's get a pellet grill for right now. Then once the kids are older, because my ultimate goal is to have a trailer pull stick burner, like like the big boys you see. Yeah, so that's my ultimate goal, because what I want to do is I want to have my backyard set up for a slab board, so like I can back it in and it becomes part of my outdoor kitchen, and then whenever I need it, I can pull it out.
Buy a welder, man, and DIY that thing.
Oh man,
welder and an angle grinder, never a better excuse to buy them.
You know, my dad's fixing to retire, and he's gonna have a lot of free time on his hands, so that might be a dad and son and
little grandson
project. Yeah, after we get all the trucks fixed up, because we got 3 trucks we're working on right now.
So
four. Sorry, 4.
Damn, that's a lot of cars. So you got that, and then let's see what else you got. So then you got people do beer can chicken and beer can turkey.
Yep.
And then
Yep, that's
yeah,
pretty
those
good.
are pretty simple. And then you got the turducken.
Yes.
I've never eaten one of
That's
those.
one thing I have
but
not
it's like
done.
bird loaf, right?
Yes. So like, have you ever seen that Epic Meal Time on YouTube? Dude, they're so like they'll do like a turducken, except where they'll put was it the duck inside the chicken inside the
Yeah.
turkey, and then they take the turkey and they set the turkey inside of a rib roast
Damn.
and cook it. I know, like it's
They
stupid,
had
man.
shit. The normal grocers around us don't get like bone-in ribeye very often, but they had it when I was
Oh,
there
yeah?
getting our turkey, and I was like, "Fuck, I need to get some of that," but I didn't.
So we just had a Wild Pork, if you know what that is, if you ever heard of them. So they are a online meat distributor, and they get fresh stuff, like freshly, like it's been flash frozen and flown
Yeah.
in. And we just got one of those that just opened up here, and they have whole suckling pigs, like already wrapped in the ready to
Wow.
go. Like you just have to throw them on the pit.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
like I have to stay away because if not, I'll
Kroger,
just go.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Kroger
just-
scares the shit out of me because the first standing rib roast I got from them turned out like amazing. And so the second,
Mhm.
I think I saw it again, they brought it back on Father's Day, and I bought like a 3 rib roast. I roasted that fucker for like 5 hours or some shit. And I don't know if it was just a tough cut of the prime rib that I bought, but there was something in there that was like, it was almost like chewing on silver skin, but it was running through the whole goddamn like ribeye. And it was the chewiest, toughest friggin' piece of ribeye I've ever eaten. And I was just so pissed because it was like, I think it was like $60 for it.
I was wondering if they didn't pull a tendon out or something, because sometimes
That's
there's a
what I
tendon that runs
thought.
through
Like
there,
I posted it in the
and,
meat
like,
group,
and, like, they
and it
pull
was
it out.
cooked, so like they couldn't tell what it was really.
Right.
But I don't know what it was, but it kind of, I was like, damn, $60 cut of meat, and it was straight fucked up.
You know, I did a prime rib last year for our Christmas dinner, and it was when I got it, it was kind of tough. I was like, and so I decided I marinated it for 24 hours in Olive Garden dressing. Olive Garden dressing is really acidic,
Yeah,
right?
so it's
So it
breaking
breaks down the
down
muscle
everything.
fibers. Yeah. So after 24 hours, I pulled that thing out. Like when I pulled it out, that rib roast just started to like fold over my
That's
hand.
funny.
So I was like, oh man, this is like pliable. So
Yeah.
I seasoned it with a bunch of garlic butter and herbs and stuff, and I smoked it, and then I seared it.
Nice.
And dude, you could taste the Olive Garden dressing all the way
Damn.
through, and it was so
So,
good.
I finally bought a vacuum sealer specifically with the intent, because everybody with a Blackstone, they don't really cook steaks on them, but they'll sear the hell out of a steak on it.
Yeah,
And then
Oh, yeah.
they'll sous vide that fucker. So now my next
Yes.
purchase is,
I haven't gotten into that
is
yet.
one of those little little countertop sous vide machines.
I've been looking into that. I've thought about that. I just haven't like gotten into it yet. But I hear great things
Dude,
about it.
for
I
like
really do.
like even an entry level one of those little machines, like it's gonna set you back like a hundo to get into it.
Which I'm fine with
And
that.
it's like those
Yeah,
aren't
I
the
mean-
best ones either. That's like the cheapo ones on Amazon cost that much, but they go up to like $500 friggin' dollars.
Oh yeah, those are like the restaurant
Yeah,
grade
yeah.
and
Like
yeah.
super precise.
So I actually watched a video today of a guy who did a turkey. I swear to God, he used 5 pounds of butter on this turkey. He made his own compound butter. You couldn't see the turkey through all the butter, but it was the juiciest bird I ever
people
saw.
do fucking steaks like that, where they just
Yeah, I
that
agree.
thing is like coated in butter, and I don't understand. I mean, I'm sure anything with an ass load of butter is gonna taste good.
You know, I can get it, like if you're doing a like a pinwheel,
Yeah,
you know, like with like
where
a
you
skirt
like wrap it
steak
up.
or
Yeah,
you know, yeah, which I get that because that butter's going to melt, it's going to get sucked into the meat. But when you're just putting it on the outside, of the
yeah,
meat,
it
the
does
only part of
nothing
the meat
but
that's
go to
really gonna get it is,
the pan or whatever you're cooking it in.
well, it's either going to go to the pan or it's going to get soaked into that fat
Yeah.
cap. You know the little fat cap, and maybe a little bit of the what's that part of the ribeye? That top part of the Ribeye, the spinalis.
Yeah, I never heard of a spinalis.
Yeah. So okay. So on your ribeye, how like you've got the main piece of meat here, and then you have that one piece of meat
Yeah,
that kind of
right
wraps
between
around.
like
It's
the super
that.
fatty layer. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and it pulls apart really. That's the spinalis.
Okay. That
So
weird little
that's actually
strip
two
of
cuts of meat.
non-fat meat in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's actually 2 cuts of meat that are just married into one because of the fat. It's just
I
like with
watched,
the brisket because the brisket's
I
actually
follow some butcher. I think they're based out of the UK, but they bring in a bunch of different cuts of meat, and then they show like they basically show like a full butchering of a cow and all the different like all those super unique cuts that you see in like a professional butcher shop, but you're like, what the fuck is that? Like they actually explain some of those kind of unique cuts to you and stuff.
Yeah, there's actually some good butchers that I watch the bearded.
That might be
butchers,
it. Are they UK based?
No, they're based out
I
of
think I've seen
Pennsylvania,
some
I
of
think,
their
or
stuff.
Wisconsin.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, but they're 2 brothers. They're 2 brothers, and they actually did a whole cow on one of those lean-to grates.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
I'm assuming that's pretty big in cattle country out there. Is people buying like bulk beef and yeah.
Yeah. So that's actually what we were talking about. That our goal for the spring is to get the garage cleaned out and get a deep freeze, so we can start buying like a quarter cow. Because the kids are starting to eat more, and I eat a ton of protein because I'm trying to keep up my muscle mass and working out and stuff like that. So, and red meat's just so dense with the protein. I'd have to eat like a dozen chickens to equal the protein of just a few steaks.
We've got it. There's a couple farms around here that do it, but it hasn't really caught on. It's not super popular.
Yeah, like I said, growing up here in Texas, in East Texas, grew up on a cattle ranch and working cows. It's normal around here.
We had
but we have this
guy at work. We were sitting there chatting one day, and he's like, "Holy shit! My wife just called me. Apparently, some door-to-door beef salesman was going around their neighborhood with this little freezer fucking trailer. His wife bought like $300 worth of beef from this guy." And I was like, dude, that's scary. I would not eat that shit.
Actually, that's kind of common around here.
Well,
like we'll see
in Texas, it makes sense, but in the middle of suburbia over here, I was just kind of like, I don't know about that.
Lovely store down here. We're actually getting one right by my house. I'm so happy about it. I don't know if you ever heard of them. They're called HEB. So they're Texas based, and they have a section that is nothing but barbecue year round. Like it's not seasonal. It's like year round, and it is like I cannot wait because you can buy the briskets already trimmed and ready to go.
Nice.
Like you don't have to trim the brisket yourself. Like I'm jonesing, man. I can't wait. Yeah. If you ever come down to visit, man, I'm gonna take you there. Like this is the wonders of HEB. So, and if anyone's listening to this that's from Texas, you know what I'm talking about. Like they have their own beer, they have their own brand of everything.
We're over here just waiting on a friggin' Buc-ee's to finally be built.
Is there one being built up there?
Yeah, so one about 35 minutes from my house is being built, but it's not supposed to be done until 2025. That's great.
That's where the Buc-ee shirt.
Our coworker that moved from Texas, I was talking about, he came back from visiting family back home, and he brought like 5 or 6 bags of those damn beaver nuggets. Those things were gone in like a couple hours at the office. Very addicting.
Dude, just wait till you get one of their chopped beef sandwiches.
Dude, that's what he was telling me, man. He's like, you don't even know. Like he was like, there's so much shit there that I just can't bring back to y'all that's gonna blow your mind.
I'm not shitting you. You can go Christmas Eve shopping in that store and find something for everybody.
That's what it was like 100 gas pumps they're building.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. So the largest one right now it was in Tennessee, but now they're building a new one here in Texas. I forget
what do you
where.
Do? Like, are all 100 gas pumps filled?
Yes,
That's
all the time.
Insane.
And here's the thing. No 18-wheelers are allowed to fuel there.
Okay.
The only 18-wheelers allowed to come are the ones that are dropping off
product
supplies, right?
Yeah.
But they have gas pumps for the cars, and then off to the side, they have gas and diesel pumps for the RVs. So in the roofs are like, I forget how tall that the covers are. I think they're probably 30 foot tall or more.
Yeah.
So no matter how big your RV is, it's going to fit, and you can fuel up.
Nice.
The gas is relatively cheap. Like I think they only make a few cents of profit off of each gallon of gas sold. Where they make their money is inside, because
Oh
their
yeah,
bathrooms
people
are super
that's
clean.
every gas station. Yeah.
Yeah, but their bathrooms are super clean. Like they hire people just to clean the bathrooms. That's all their job is. They do nothing else but clean the bathrooms.
I
it's, like,
love a
super
clean
clean.
gas station restroom.
Oh, dude, like
Good
this
God.
drive down to
Do
Florida.
you hear that rain pouring down on the workshop roof here? It's freaking coming down.
Oh yeah, I hear it
Yeah.
now. Yeah. So,
That's funny.
oh man, but yeah, but like, actually, that's like we plan our stops along the way. I think we only have to make 2 or 3 stops that are not at Buc-ee's,
Nice.
because we'll stop at the Buc-ee's there in Alabama, and then we'll stop at another in Florida, and then we'll stop at a.
Oh, they're in Florida?
I think that's
sweet. I didn't know they were
Yeah.
in Florida.
Yeah.
That's great.
So yeah, they're really branching out. Like they're trying to get all the major corridors.
Nice.
So,
That makes sense.
but dude, like seriously, that place is so great.
Yeah.
I love it.
I can't wait.
I'll
But
go for it.
we passed it coming back from another job site, and we were like, "Oh shit, yeah, that's gonna open." And so we went and Googled it to see when they were gonna open. It's 2025. We were like, "What the hell?"
So you can get the Meat Church rubs there.
Oh, nice.
You can also get the Killer Hog rubs there, which
Man,
they're I think he's out of Alabama, but
all
he's
the
really good.
stuff.
Oh, dude, like all the good rubs.
Nice.
Because they got contracts with Buc-ee's, and the owner of Buc-ee's is an Aggie, and all those guys know each
Yeah.
other through the grapevine.
Oh, nice.
So all that Aggie network. Yeah. So
That's great. I follow.
so let's
I follow that. I forget that guy's name. Is it Matt something? That like always talks
Matt,
about like makes fun of college sports and Dollar Tree and shit like that.
Oh no,
I
that's
can't think of his name. He's a big old
that's
heavy
not
set
Matt
guy.
Pittman. Yeah, Matt. I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about, but
he's
yeah,
funny as fuck.
yeah, because he does the recap. He is.
Yeah, he's
funny.
always talking about like Southern culture and how fucking weird as shit it is.
So there's another guy that I follow called the Englishman in Texas, and he's on Instagram. And he's from England. He married a Texan. He's lived in Texas for like a few
Wow, that's
years.
a culture
So he's like,
shock.
he's like, it's a culture shock, but I love it.
Yeah,
He goes, because even the bad food is amazing.
yeah, that's funny. That's freaking great.
Yeah. So, so we covered the smoked turkey. We covered the oven roasted turkey. We covered the fried turkey. Now, have you ever done a brown bag turkey?
No, what the that's like the bag you smoke meat in, or is
No,
it
so
completely
like,
different?
so you actually cook it in a grocery bag. So like a paper brown grocery bag. I'm dead serious. It's a thing, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just a thing like down here because we're poor. I don't know.
That's funny.
But yeah, so you'll oil down the bag, and you'll season your bird. You'll do all that, but you'll oil the bag on the inside and on the outside, and you'll put the bird in there, and then you put all the vegetables around
Mhm.
it and in it, and then fold the bag over to where it seals and tuck it underneath the bird and just cook it in the
I've
bag. You don't have to
never
baste
heard
it
of
because
that
it still
shit.
bastes
That's
itself.
interesting.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I think you ever listen to or you ever heard of Dano's?
Yeah, I see his shit all the time.
So he actually just posted a video to where he did a brown bag turkey.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's really
I
good.
don't know.
So-
I like my mom's used a few of his spices and seems to like them, but sometimes his videos annoy the shit out of me. I get he's like trying to sell a product, but it gets like sometimes it gets old with the Dano shit. But that's what he's there to do, so I get it. But it kind of turns me off. So after I see like the main recipe, I'm like, all right, I'm out.
I'm out. Yeah, he does kind of drag it out some, and I'm like, okay, just get to the point.
Yep.
But his spicy one is really good. That's what I use on like my wings.
Yeah. See,
I
I
do
live
spicy
in
wings.
a household of too much black pepper is too spicy for people. So anything I want to spice,
here.
it's like it's got to be topical that I can like add to my shit after I've already cooked it because they freak out. Although my son is finally starting to not whine and complain when I put some stuff in it. So hopefully he's going towards the dark side of spice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
You have a little partner in crime
My
there.
wife will eat it, but she'll
I'm in-
bitch about it. So
Yeah, I'd say I'm in the same boat here. Like anytime I make chili here, I have to set about
That's it.
half
I
off
can't do
for
that
everyone
either.
else,
wife friggin' hates chili.
and then
I know. Un-American.
No, hold on, wait,
Un-American.
wait, wait. Okay.
Yes, I said that.
Okay. There's only that, but also, is there beans in your chili?
We do,
That's
yeah.
like a sin down
Traditional
here in Texas.
Virginia, like chili is beans.
Beans, yeah.
Are you guys
So
Brunswick
down-
stew people over there?
You know, I haven't tried it yet, but I found that recipe.
Well, you need to
and I
freaking
think,
try it. That's what I had
Yeah,
the transplant guy try, was the
oh,
Brunswick stew. That's like huge over here.
now I heard they sell it by like the pound. It's not by
They
the
sell it by the quart,
bowl,
man.
like by the quart.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like a lot of Boy Scouts groups do it around fall time. A lot of like churches do it for like fundraising and stuff. And it just started from like farmers like taking the last bit of their harvest and not having shit to do with it. So let's throw it in a big old friggin' cauldron and make a stew.
Makes
But
sense.
it's funny because I first told him about it and I was like, dude, if you want to try some good one, I think it's my aunt's church does a big one every year at her church, and I was like, go here and buy some. And he was like, man, like I went and bought it and I didn't think like a quart was all that much, so I bought 4 fucking quarts. He's like, I don't know how I'm gonna eat all this. He's a big guy, man, and he was like, it is unbelievable, like how much food is packed into a quart of that stuff. It's just super hearty.
Oh yeah, it's like chicken and dumplings, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Straight up,
know
it's
if
like
you ever had chicken.
working in the rough weather on a farm type food. Like it is straight energy fuel.
Yeah, so it's like because I don't know, like down or how I grew up, we make chicken and dumplings with biscuits, like raw
Chuck a biscuit in there.
biscuits. Yeah, so like we take a biscuit, we cut it into quarters raw, and then throw it in,
Nice.
and we'd do that until it got thick. So like it's super hearty. So like you can have like a cup.
Oh,
of
so you
it
didn't even
until
like
you're
throw
just
a roux
oh.
in there. You just let the biscuit do its thing and thicken it up.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah, man. Yeah. So it's like super hearty. So I'm guessing that Brunswick stew is pretty similar
It's
to
very
that.
similar. It's like super dense. I mean, it'll stick to a spoon. It's so dense with like vegetables and everything in it.
So the recipe I saw was from a northern group,
Oh god.
and the
ignore
picture
it.
they posted was of a wooden spoon standing straight up and down in the pot,
Yeah.
like not moving. Like it's
I mean, that's
so
it,
thick.
man. It's just packed full of. Yeah, it's not like a chicken noodle where you're gonna spill broth everywhere. Like it is thick,
Oh yeah.
thick.
Is it? So yeah, that well, I mean that's kind of like. So it depends on how you make your chili. I like my chili thick. So
It's like my chili spicy.
I mean,
If my nose is not
Oh,
running
my chili spicy.
when I'm eating it, it's not good.
oh dude, like so I use chuck roast in mine, and I'll smoke the chuck roast,
Yeah.
and then when the chuck roast hits 125, where it's like medium rare,
Mm.
I'll pull it and put it in a crock pot with a bunch of beef broth, and I'll make a roux
Nice.
out of that, and then I start adding everything else in. It takes about 24 hours to cook,
Yeah.
but dude, like it's spicy, it's thick, it's just falling apart.
Nice.
So
All right, well, fellas, we're gonna cut this episode a little shorter than usual, but we didn't want to leave you guys hanging on Thanksgiving, so I hope everyone finds some time to relax. Hopefully, you've got a long weekend ahead of you if you're working for a good company. Enjoy that family time. Make sure you share with each other what you're thankful for, and we'll be back to catch you on another episode. But happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there.
happy Thanksgiving, guys, and y'all be safe in travels. All right,
Amen to that. See you guys.
all right, boys.
Later.